In this video, we are going to look at a sunny Florida garden tour and see what's going on in a very typical sunny Florida garden tour. All the green and all the beautiful flowers and what looks like winter. Yeah, here we go, people. We just had the great snowstorm of 2025 in the panhandle of Destin, Florida, and just going to show you a few sites. This is officially the January Outer Garden Bed Tour for 2025.
Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave.
So yes, quite opposite of what I said in the intro. This is a snowy garden journal entry for January 2025. I measured 5 inches of snow last night, and it started about between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. By 4:20 we had 2 inches, and then it kind of kept going until probably shortly after 9. And when all was said and done, we ended up with 5 inches of snow. And yes, folks, this is an absolute record for Destin, Florida. Now, the official weather service says we got 2.8 inches, and that's fine for them. Different areas get different amounts of snow. There was wind blowing. There was all kinds of stuff happening. I measured several places in the yard and came up with as deep as, like, look up in this roof right here. You can see we've got a little bit of a drift up here of about, I don't know, 8 inches, but that's a drift. That's where the wind has built it up. We have areas on the table. We have areas all over, but what I've measured on the edges of the bed and in the front yard in a kind of protected area from the wind is 5 inches, and I am calling it 5 inches exactly. Yes, this is very rare. It's probably going to make this one of the fastest garden tours I've ever recorded. Yes, I said it. Probably not even going to put the map up here. Yeah, I'm got to put the map up here. We live on a 1/4 acre, just right at a 1/4 acre of in-town land. It's not a lot of space, but we've converted as much as we can to garden beds, and I enjoy just having space to grow what we want to and play around and do whatever else, experiments and everything else. No experimenting going on today that I can think of. There is, in the garden, just looking around, there's probably 3 things growing. We'll have to see. Yeah, things are getting ready for spring. Let's get right onto it. What do you say? Of course, the first thing in the outer garden bed tours is the long arbor. And these blackberries on here are looking great. The tomato, of course, the Everglades tomato that's been growing up here, it is spent. It has had its life, but I know we've got some chili tomatoes out here, and I want to eat one real quick. Yeah, let's see what this, it's going to be icy, I have a feeling. Oh my. Tomato slushy. That was really good, actually. Those Everglades are just flavorful. I wonder if maybe the cold made them just a little bit more, because wow, that was awesome. So I will probably pick all these red ones. There's a few red ones up in here that look good. The pomegranate trees, of course, have lost all their leaves. That's what they do in the winter. That is normal. They're going through their cold period. The blackberry vines, of course, are going through their cold period, which they need as a signal to start producing buds, which means pretty soon, folks, these things are going to start having little buds on them, and it's gonna be awesome. Get some sunlight in there. Oh, we'll try that again. Get some sunlight in there. These leaves can handle the cold. They're designed for it. The blackberries over here. The next thing we look at normally is these blackberries. Now, interestingly enough, this is the time to pick out some of, see that green down in there? That is a pepper tree. Well, I call a pepper tree. It's something else, I know. But we've got a few of these in here. This is a really good time to get in here and pick those things out that haven't dropped their leaves yet. And They're probably not going to drop the leaves because they are evergreen. The Magnolia, of course, is evergreen. Oh my goodness, it is looking beautiful. And this is going to be a signal for it to start putting out flowers here within the month, I bet you. I bet you the February garden tour for the outer garden beds is going to be beautiful. The grasses, of course, look really nice. The Biden's alba. The bees love the little yellow and white flowers that come out on here, which don't look so great right now, but they you know, they'll survive. Oh, well, speaking of the bees, right now the bees are in a shadow of the magnolia tree, which is behind me, behind the camera, and the snow completely covered that over, which seals in their heat. In fact, if we get in closer, I wonder if we can hear movement in there. I can hear nothing. I don't think there is anything to hear in there. But yes, there are supposed to be bees in there. We will see if they survived. Behind me there is a suspicious little mound. Can anybody tell me what's over here by the bird feeder? And there's another one. I'm not going to tell you just yet. Jump down in the comments below and tell me if you remember what this mound is. But we did plant, do you remember the orange flag from the first part? Tell me in the comments below what you know that orange flag is, because you've watched some of the other videos. See, there's a bunch of orange flags all over the place. I'm very excited about those. We'll have to see if the experiment works. The fig trees, of course, have dropped all their leaves. It is winter. They are alive, people. They are ready to go. They're raring to go. And if you look carefully, you can see at the end of every nub is a nice little green point that's going to be shooting out. And hopefully this year we're going to have a harvest of figs. Oh, wouldn't that be just a dream? Yeah. And of course we come around to the Loquats. Had a big discussion recently on one of the live streams about these Loquat hedge, and it is fine. It is an evergreen, people. It will stay green, and it's before 8 a.m. in the morning. The snow is already starting to melt, and these things will stand the snow. This is a pretty tough tree. We do have a lot of new growth up there. After this snow, I'm going to be doing the trimming on the topping off of these things. So we want to make this as a solid hedge just right along here, these 5 trees, starting with that one. And that one over there is a spare. It's in a pot. Not going to count that one. But these 5 trees we want to grow together and become a single mass. So we will be topping it right about there on these trees, and hopefully getting these things to spread out more. Right here at the end of the Loquat hedge, there's that fig tree, there's the bee box over there. We have a lemon tree, and after this January we will be digging in here, looking at this lemon tree and trying to figure out which stem, and it's this one right here, which stem we're going to nurse along and make into a tree. There's another one in a pot right there. Still not sure what to do about that. Look at that bench. That is just amazing, isn't it? Beautiful. So we have here the watermelon patch, and of course, oh, there's a tire right next to another curious little lump. Remember the little lump I talked about over there next to the bird bath? Well, here's the other lump. Anybody remember what it is? Oh yeah, and this is something that's going to survive, whether the leaves survive or not. I will clear these leaves a little bit. Underneath here we have, you know it, we have a comfrey plant. These leaves will die, these leaves will go away. Doesn't matter, people. This thing is going to survive. It's going to be beautiful again, and it's going to thrive. These things have roots that go deep and will keep it alive. The brown turkey fig tree, by the way, I had a couple of fig trees bagged. I did not get them. They kind of turned before they were ripe and didn't get nice. The old luffa hedge, got plans for this, people. Gonna have to wait. Look at here, we're over halfway through, and our second living thing over here, well, third or fourth maybe even. We had the blueberries, the blackberries, we had the tomatoes, which are notably on the end of their life. We had the Magnolia tree, we had the Loquats, and now we have the Jasmin, which just really doesn't mind this year under the Loquat hedge. This thing has climbed to the very top up there of this trunk, 17-foot trunk, and is going to thrive this year. I have a feeling this is going to be its year. First year it sleeps, second year it creeps, third year, well, it leaps. And it actually leapt underneath the luffa, survived the luffa. The wood pile, some of this has got to go because we have been burning fires. We're getting low on wood in our regular pile, so when the snow melts, I'll be putting some of this stuff in our storage area. The pumpkin patch. Oh, did I say the watermelon patch? Of course, yeah, that's the watermelon patch over there. We'll still be growing watermelon there, but this is going to be, of course, the pumpkin patch. As much of this wood as I can get moved, we're going to extend it the whole distance here. Let me widen out just a little bit so you can kind of get a better view. But that right there, that bumpy edge, that's the corn patch that we had. Then we're going to have as much of this as pumpkin patch as possible once the snow melts, which should be in about 2 or 3 days. We're looking at mid-60s by Saturday. This is Wednesday. The birds have been amazing around here. Yeah, that's a big lemon tree over there, people. Look how tall it's getting. Remember that thing that died in the freeze? I have a feeling this thing is going to die again. Oh no, is it going to survive? I didn't cover it. I didn't even think about this one. Look at the birds playing. That's so cool. They are flying all over the place. We are, of course, feeding them. The rosemary is fine. It can handle this. It will thrive and come back. Another lemon tree. Now, this lemon tree is more buried, and that's why I didn't worry about these. I completely forgot about that one back there. Should have protected it. But, yeah, our pot garden on the south side of the backyard, of course, is buried in snow. Loquat trees over here in pots. Just probably, I don't know, will they survive that? I don't know. Compost, of course. A little bit of moisture in the compost. Never hurt a thing. And folks, here we are at the end. The other magnolia tree and the palm tree are looking great. And just as promised, that's the garden tour, people. Boy, record time. Should snow more often here in Northwest Florida, shouldn't it? No, please don't. It's been very nice. It was exciting. We're done for the next, I don't know, 50, 100 years. Yeah, folks, this is 2025. We had a big snow, I don't know, well, no, we had a dusting 10, 15 years ago. Then 95, there was a little bit of something. 77, there was actually snow. That was the one we were trying to beat, and I think we got about 4 inches in some of the area. I don't know about the beach. I don't know about Destin, but we did get 4 inches. And then before that, you have to go all the way to 1895, and even then, I think we've broken the record on snow here in Destin, Florida. I was looking for snow records and cannot find any outside of those years that might have threatened this area with snowfall. So very exciting, very exhilarating to see. Interesting to see what's going to happen underneath all this snow when it starts melting. And of course, it's already melting. The sun's up. It's going to be a beautiful blue sky day, and start getting the melting going. The roads should be mostly melted by the end of the day. However, it started off at 21 degrees, minus 6 degrees Celsius this morning, and we're only getting up to 36 today, which is, I don't know, like 2 degrees Celsius. So there's not going to be a lot of melting outside of the sun shining on the road where cars have been driving over. I'm going to run down to the beach and see if I can record a little bit of footage of the snow at the beach and the water, and show you the color of our sand, which we always say we have white sand. Look at the difference here. This is amazing. The snow really is, I mean, the sand really is white here. It's always amazed me that this snow from Georgia that washed down the river is so white like this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you can find some inspiration. There is joy out here. The blackberries are just so aching to start growing and budding out. The blueberries, same thing. The jasmine's going to shoot out. Soon as the warm sun and weather hits those comfrey, going to go crazy. The fig trees going to go crazy. Hopefully those lemon trees. I'm a little worried about that one lemon tree that I left buried over here. We'll have to see how big a mistake that was. All right. That is enough of this, people. Y'all have a blessed day.